Hello everyone, welcome to the VOC English program, your weekly news update. I am Hilary Zoe, and I'm here to bring you the most captivating and important news from Chinland this week. Here are the headlines for tonight's broadcast. A mediation effort led by the Chief Minister of Mizoram, Bulal, aiming to facilitate peace talks between the Chin Council CC and the ICNCC Chin Brotherhood Organization. His team is stepping in as an intermediary to foster reconciliation and stability. A joint force of the Moraland Defense Force, MDF, and the Arakan Army, AA, launched an offensive into CDF Lautu-controlled territory, an area that has remained free from the Myanmar military junta. This attack resulted in a clash with the Chin Defense Force Lautu, CDF Lautu, leading to intense firefights between the two sides. In a tragic turn of events, civilians were forced to flee their homes after MDF forces reportedly bombed schools and churches using drones, escalating the humanitarian crisis in the region. Many families have been displaced, seeking shelter in safer areas as the situation remains volatile. The Chin Council and the government of Chinland's Ministry of Education currently oversees approximately 660 schools operating both domestically and internationally. These schools provide education to more than 56,000 students, ensuring access to learning despite the ongoing crisis. Stay tuned for these updates and other important stories on tonight's broadcast. Efforts for reconciliation between Chin resistance groups. A peace mediation initiative led by Mizoram Chief Minister Bulal has been formed to facilitate reconciliation and peace talks between the Chin Council CC and the ICNCC Chin Brotherhood. This initiative aims to bridge divisions and foster unity between the two resistance groups. During the Chin Council's first anniversary press briefing on February 6th, Chin Council Secretary Salai Paul highlighted the current state of negotiations regarding the unification of Chin resistance forces. The Advocacy for Peace team, spearheaded by Mizoram's Chief Minister, is composed of civil society organizations, CSOs, and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, from Mizoram. The team is actively working towards mediating discussions between the two factions. In late 2024, an initial reconciliation meeting was held between the groups with an agreement to hold further discussions in the near future. Additionally, in September 2024, the Chinland government and ICNCC Chin Brotherhood Organization met under the leadership of ZOE Reunification Organization. During this meeting, both sides agreed on 5 key points, including a commitment to nonviolent conflict resolution and continued peace talks to address any differences. This peace mediation effort is seen as a significant step towards achieving unity among Chin resistance forces, ensuring a collective approach in the ongoing struggle for Chin self-determination. Clashes erupt as MDF and AA launch offensive into CDF Lautu territory. Armed clashes have erupted in CDF Lautu-controlled territory, a region free from the military junta, following an offensive operation launched by the Moraland Defense Force, MDF, and the Arakan Army, AA. According to reports, MDF, a faction under the ICNCC Chin Brotherhood, entered CDF Lautu-held areas in late December 2024 with military support from the Arakan Army, AA. By the end of January 2025, MDF and AA forces advanced into Roman village, leading to direct confrontations with CDF Lautu on January 24th. On January 29th, an MDF AA joint force launched an attack on the CDF Lautu base in Roman, resulting in heavy gunfire exchanges and casualties on both sides. Following the attack, CDF Lautu forces withdrew from Raman, citing their unwillingness to escalate tensions among Chin resistance groups. However, the MDF-AA offensive has forced civilians to flee, with at least 4 villages abandoned as residents sought refuge in Lautu-controlled areas. As of now, MDF and AA forces remain stationed in Raman village, securing control over the area. On January 13th, Chinland Council President Pu Xingchun formally appealed to the MDF leadership, urging them to resolve disputes through peaceful dialogue rather than military action. Despite this peace appeal, MDF has continued its military operations, escalating tensions and deepening internal divisions within the Chin resistance movement. This situation has raised concerns over prolonged instability and internal conflict among Chin resistance forces, threatening the broader struggle for self-determination. Chin government oversees over 660 schools with 56,000 students enrolled. The Ministry of Education under the Chin Council and Chin government currently manages around 660 schools, providing education to more than 56,000 students, both inside and outside Chin State. According to Salai Crosstown, the Minister of Education, who spoke at the Chin Council's first anniversary press briefing, there are currently 619 schools operating within Chin State, with a total enrollment of 53,200 students. Additionally, over 40 schools have been established in Mizoram, India, catering to more than 3,300 Chin students who have been displaced due to the ongoing conflict in Myanmar. The Chin education system is supported by approximately 4,100 teachers within Chin State, while more than 300 teachers are serving in Mizoram-based schools. The Ministry of Education operates with 33% of its teachers being part of the Civil Disobedience Movement, CDM, while the remaining 67% are dedicated volunteer educators committed to ensuring that education continues amid instability. The Chin government continues to collaborate with key organizations, including the National Unity Government, NUG, Ministry of Education, the Interim Federal Education Council, IFEC, civil society organizations, CSOs, and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, to sustain and improve educational services in war-affected areas. Despite the challenges posed by the ongoing conflict, the commitment to education remains strong, ensuring that Chin children have access to learning opportunities and a brighter future. Nearly 1,000 Chin civilians killed amid armed conflict and junta attacks. The ICA has released a report on February 1, 2025, stating that nearly 1,000 Chin civilians have lost their lives due to ongoing armed conflict and human rights violations committed by the Myanmar military junta in Chin State. According to the report, since the military coup in February 2021, a total of 474 Chin resistance fighters have been killed in battles against the Myanmar military over the past 4 years. In addition, 491 civilians have died due to junta airstrikes, artillery, shelling, and landmine explosions across Chin State. Among them, 68 were children and minors, and a significant number were women. The majority of civilian casualties were caused by airstrikes launched by the junta, followed by landmine explosions, which have claimed 77 lives so far. The report also states that more than 3,479 homes have been destroyed by fire and heavy artillery as junta forces continue indiscriminate attacks on civilian areas. Currently, out of 20 towns in Chin State, 15 are under the control of resistance forces, while key cities such as Hakka, Kantlang, Phalam, Didim, and Kaikam remain contested. As the conflict continues, over 65,000 Chin refugees have fled to India, while more than 130,000 people are currently internally displaced within Chin State, struggling to survive under dire humanitarian conditions. The devastating impact of the ongoing conflict continues to pose severe challenges for the Chin people, with calls for urgent international assistance and intervention growing louder. Nearly 200 youths arrested in Galay under junta's forced conscription law. The Galay People's Defense Committee has reported that nearly 200 young people have been arrested in Galay, Sagaing region under the Myanmar military junta's forced conscription law. The announcement was made on February 6, 2025. Following the junta's cybersecurity law, authorities have begun arbitrarily detaining youth in areas under their control without clear justification. Reports indicate that in Galay, junta forces are conducting arrests not only in urban residential neighborhoods, but also inside religious compounds and community spaces. In total, at least 185 young men and women have been detained, though local sources believe the actual number could be higher. Recent reports suggest that women are now also being targeted, marking a worrying escalation in the junta's forced recruitment drive. In response to the increasing arrests, the Calais People's Defense Committee has issued a public safety warning advising residents to avoid unnecessary travel at night, refrain from attending large gatherings or celebrations, remain highly cautious, and observe junta movements closely. As forced conscription efforts continue, fear and uncertainty are growing among families and young people in Calais. Chin men arrested and one burned alive by Myanmar military in Pakokku district. According to recent reports, 3 Chin men from Pakokku district, Magoi region, were arrested by Myanmar military troops in October 2024. Of the 3, 2 were forcibly sent to military training camps, while 1 was brutally tortured and burned alive. 2 of the victims from Letho Mountain, a Shou Chin village, Pakokku, were arrested in Bia town while attempting to travel to Malaysia for work. Following their arrest, they were reportedly transferred to a military training school in Molamiang, Mon State, where they were forcibly conscripted into the junta's army. Similarly, another Chin man from Samaji, a Shou Chin village, was arrested by junta forces in Myawaddy, Gareng State, while trying to cross into Thailand for work. Tragically, this detainee was subjected to severe torture before being burned alive by the junta soldiers. As he was near death, his family was reportedly forced to pay 30 million jets, 10,000 USD, to retrieve his body. His relatives traveled to Myawaddy to collect his remains, but he died en route to Yangon due to his severe injuries. Junta expands forced conscription and travel bans. As Myanmar's military faces severe battlefield losses, the junta has begun enforcing the military conscription law, banning overseas employment opportunities and forcibly recruiting young men and women into its army. This latest case highlights the escalating human rights violations and extreme brutality committed by the military regime across Myanmar. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with more coverage on the latest developments in Chinland.